Welcome back to lesson number 3. In this lesson, we're going to be representing integers, and we're going to represent those integers using colored tiles. So let's get right down to it. Now, for the purpose of this lesson, we're going to use a combination of yellow and red tiles to represent integers. Now, when I talk about a yellow tile, we're going to show the yellow tile is going to represent a positive 1, and red tiles are going to represent numbers that are negative. Okay? Now, there's another definition I want you to remember, and this one's going to be really important when we go on to do future lessons, and that is a concept called a zero pair. Now, when you have one red tile and one yellow tile, they kind of cancel each other out. And that's what we call a zero pair. And you're going to find out what exactly I mean as we go on through this lesson. Okay, now with this lesson, I'm just going to skip over this slide. If you want to sit and do it, definitely, please by all means do it. But I think this is the one that's going to be most useful. Now, I want you to think of different ways of actually modeling numbers. And I have a positive 5 here to show you that if we use tiles, we can represent these numbers several different ways. Now, if you go through way number 1 here, we've just used a series of yellow tiles. 5 yellow tiles represents 5. Sure, no problem. Now, I want to go on and I want to represent 5, but I want to do it a little bit more elaborately. I want to use a combination of those red tiles as well as integrating the concept of zero pair in order to get that number 5. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I have here 6 yellow tiles, and I have 1 negative tile. Now, when I make zero pair, think of what I just told to you on that previous slide. If you have 1 positive and 1 negative, they kind of cancel each other out, and they're called the zero pair. And right here, what we've done is that we've actually circled one of our zero pairs. So if you circle the zero pair, you take a look and you see what tiles are left. What tiles were you not able to make zero pair with? In this case, we have 5 yellow tiles, and that's exactly the number that I'm after, and this is another way of modeling 5. Okay, and if you go down to here, a third way, this way is definitely a little bit more elaborate. 6, 7, 8, 9. In here, I have 11 positive tiles, and I have 6 negative tiles. Again, I'm going to circle, I'm going to make all the zero pairs I can, keeping in mind that 1 positive and 1 negative is going to make a zero pair, and that's exactly what I've done here. I have 6 zero pairs, and if you take a look and see the blocks that are left over, I have 5 of those yellow tiles that are left, and again, that's the number that we're after, which is a positive 5. Now, there's many other different ways that we can do to represent positive 5. Those are just 3 examples for you. Okay, now I want you to give this one a shot. So we have the number -4. I want you to pause this video and model -4 3 different ways, but I want you to try to use a combination of positive and negative tiles. Okay, hopefully you have taken that opportunity and given it a shot, and I'm going to give you some answers that I've managed to track down in my resources. So let's go through each of them and see if you agree with me and see how we came across these. So in order to model -4, I have here, do my first example, I have 4 positive tiles, and it looks like I have, and I have 8 negative tiles. And again, keeping in mind, I'm going to circle my zero pair. So 1 positive, 1 negative equals my zero pair. I have 4 of them. And I'm going to take a look at what's left. In this case, I have 4 red tiles. And we said at the beginning, red tiles signify negative numbers. So I've got 4 red tiles. And that's my first way of modeling -4. Okay? My second example is right down here. Now, in this example, I have 2 yellow tiles And I have six negative tiles. Again, I'm going to make all the 0 pairs I can and see what's left. And again, I have 4 of those red tiles. And again, those red tiles stand for negative numbers. And I have another way of representing -4. My third and last way I'm going to go through down here definitely looks like it's even more elaborate. 3, 6. I have 7 of those positive tiles. And I have 11 of those negative tiles. I'm going to circle all my 0 pairs and see what's left over. Again, I still have 4 of those negative tiles, and that is my third and final way of modeling -4. And there you go, using positive and negative tiles in order to represent different integers. Hopefully you understand that, and I'll see you in lesson 4.